next guest is a talented actress you know from films such as Black Bag and Back to Black and the critically acclaimed HBO series Industry, which returns for its 4th season this Sunday at 9 on HBO and streams on HBO Max. Let's take a look.
You can't talk like that in here.
I can. And I will. Now, you need to focus on the societal benefit angle of the app, financial well-being, but I also think that we should really use this time with Bevan to highlight the muck renaissance. You know, just as much as you feel comfortable with. Men shouldn't feel a stigma when talking about their mental health, that kind of thing.
Yeah, once you see through me, I don't know, weaponizing my trauma.
But, Henry, narrative is important. People are going to narrativize this for you, so you might as well control it.
Please welcome to the show, Marisa Bella, everyone.
I'm so good. I'm so excited to be here.
I'm so excited to have you. Industry is a show, it's a big hit in the late night offices. A lot of people are huge fans, and it's one of these really exceptional stories these days, which is it wasn't a giant show in the beginning, but you had a network that believed in it, and I feel like the fan base has grown every year. Do you sense that?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't giant, I think is actually like a very kind way of saying it. No one watched the show. No, I'm joking. I mean, it was a kind of cult hit. That's what we say. It was like a gem, and the people that did watch it really enjoyed it still in season 1. But definitely, I mean, you know, when I was working with people, they used to say, like, well, have you done other things? I'd be like, oh, yeah, I do this show called Industry. That's nice. Anyway, and like that has changed now. People watch the show, which is great.
It's really nice. And again, I think like when you have a network that believes in something, you know, being patient, it's lovely to see it pay off. Does it feel like the stakes are higher when like a season like this is coming out now where a huge multiplier of fans are looking forward to it?
It does feel like the stakes are higher. I think mostly for me, not because, I don't know, I feel like we always go into every season. We love the show. I love playing Yasmin. I love the scripts. It's amazing. So I always want to do my best, like for, you know, just for that reason. But I think I feel this kind of fear a little bit now that people used to feel like they found the show and it was theirs, and like they loved it because no one knew about it. And now, you know, people have started to say this show is really great. I don't want people to be like, well, you can't tell me what to think. Like, you know what I mean? People like to find a gem, but I think it just the great thing about Mickey and Conrad, the writers of the show, is that they just like hit you over the head with something completely different every single season. So like, it's, you know.
By the way, I knew you were putting your all into it in season 1 and 2. I wasn't like when I was like, what it's like it would have been funny if you were like, no, we're all trying now.
Yeah.
Like for the first time, we're like, let's really try this time. Yeah.
Oh, maybe we should try hard now. Yeah.
You also, I feel like the cast gets bigger. Kiernan Shipka, our friend, Kit Harington joined the show in season 3.
Right.
We're huge Kit fans here, and he plays your husband on the show. Did you, when you heard word that Kit was coming, was that like a pretty good bellwether of the direction things were headed?
For sure. I mean, we were kind of, you know, season 1, season 2, we got greenlit for season 3. We were like, oh gosh, that's great. They were so excited. And they said, and Kit Harington's joining, and I was like, oh, they're taking us seriously.
Yeah.
They're taking us seriously.
Yeah.
And that was like, okay, like time to behave.
Yeah, when HBO breaks out a Game of Thrones person for you, it's official.
He's HBO royalty.
He is. He's not right. He's not just like Stark royalty.
And I grew up in the UK, like when Game of Thrones was on, it was like dress up, come over, time to watch Game of Thrones.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And then first day, and obviously he's, you know, my husband. So.
Yeah. Now, I also want to congratulate you because you have a real life husband recently. And he was the one who asked me to remind you if you got too excited about the Kit thing. But let me just say, this photo we're lucky enough to have. It looks like a very fun wedding. Was it a very fun wedding?
It was very fun. Our first dance was to "I Am What I Am."
Okay.
And my husband is amazing and he's a singer, and he sang I Am What I Am at a cabaret for a Pride event. And at that moment, I was like, this is the man I am supposed to spend the rest of my life with. He's just a wonderful person. And yeah.
Was it a synchronized dance or just a performance?
It was a choreographed routine.
And-
But we did it ourselves.
Oh, you choreographed it yourself.
Yeah.
And do you feel like, how was your execution on the night vis-a-vis how hard you rehearsed?
His was better than mine.
Oh, that's nice of you to say.
I got overexcited
Yeah.
and was like looking at my friends, being like, we're dancing. And he was like, stick to
This is lovely, too. There's kind of like an industry table. And it's very nice to get married while you're part of a great cast. There's
Yeah.
Kieran there. There's Kit there.
Yeah.
And is it true that Kit had a lot of, did he have wedding advice going into it?
Yes, he had lots. So I was planning my wedding throughout the shoot of season 4, and obviously we have a lot to do together, Kit and I. So when you kind of got that downtime and we're sitting there and we're on our phones, I'm like, oh, do you like these flowers or that? Like, and he was amazing at helping out. But the one piece of advice that he gave that like really kind of stuck with me was, and he was really hell bent on this actually. He was like, that first sip of champagne, when you've said, I do, and you're like, yes, and everyone's screaming and clapping for you, and you walk outside and they hand you a glass of champagne, make sure it is the best champagne. Like, really go for it. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I felt this pressure, like, he's gonna be there.
Yeah.
What if he sees some, like, God forbid, Prosecco?
Yeah.
Like, so we did, and it was great advice. Everyone,
great.
it really gets the mood going,
Yeah.
and everyone feels really good.
My advice would have been like, and then all your guests, serve them whatever.
Yeah.
Serve them the cheapest stuff you can get
Yeah.
your hands on.
Right.
Another thing I'd say about the show, it's not G-rated, right? I don't know if you have the rating system in the UK, but this is not a kid's show.
No, it's
And in
not.
fact, I walked in the other day. Your producer for the segment, Sarah, was watching
Yeah.
new episodes, and I didn't realize what she was watching, and I thought there was going to be an HR issue.
Yeah.
Like what she was watching on her desk, I'm like, that's not okay at work.
Yeah. Stop it. Yeah.
Have you ever recommended it to somebody and sort of forgot maybe like what they're about to lay eyes on?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, especially in season 1, I was just so excited that I was on TV.
Sure.
That I was like telling everyone, like, watch this show. And then I'd sort of see people being like, I watched it. And especially sort of depending on who they watched it with. But now I'm a bit more, I'm doing a film at the moment, and I'm training, and my PT was like, I was flying to New York to come and do all of this stuff. And he was like, I'll give it a watch. And I was like, maybe don't, actually. Like, or if you do, like, start with season 3, because but but it's funny. For me, it's mostly old teachers that I find very difficult.
Of course.
Yeah, I had, like, my old history teacher actually messaged me on Facebook and was like, I saw Industry, bravo. And I was like, that's so weird. That's so weird. But I'm also incredibly proud of it.
Yes,
so
you gotta
whatever.
let it go.
Yeah.
Now, I should say, if I were one of your former teachers, I would be impressed with the languages. You actually speak
Oh, yeah.
multiple languages on the show.
Yeah.
French, Spanish, Arabic?
Arabic, German, some Italian in there.
Is that a skill you have, or is something you had to learn for the part?
It's not a skill I have.
Okay.
And it's not really a skill that I did learn for the part, like I learned what I had to say.
Yeah.
But obviously I can't become fluent in like 7 languages
Yeah.
for a show. So I did Spanish for A-level. So Yasmin speaks mostly Spanish when she speaks another language, especially in the first couple seasons. I speak a lot of German this season, but Yasmin is like not particularly great at her job. So all of the other characters have a lot of finance to do, and I don't really.
Oh, so they have to do the language of financial language, which is,
Exactly.
that jargon might be even harder than Arabic.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So you lucked out.
I really was like, woohoo. Yeah.
I also want to compliment you. You were in one of my favorite movies this year called Black Bag, a Steven Soderbergh movie, and it's just a fantastic.
Thank you.
I love a spy film, and this is, again, I love it so much, and a lot of this film, and one of the things that makes it so thrilling is just a bunch of people in the intelligence industry sitting around a dinner table.
Yeah,
it's like a dinner
totally.
party spy movie,
Yeah.
which I feel like I've never seen before. Michael Fassbender, Kate Blanchett. And I was just thinking, I was watching it, I was like, oh my God, there's so many wonderful actors here, but like they're always at a table with Kate Blanchett. Like, did you ever forget that?
No,
Yeah.
no. I mean, she was sort of a slightly on the same side of the table as me as well. So I was always like, what is she thinking? I can't see her. but no, I mean, she's so incredible. And it's not, you know, you work with lots of incredible actors, but like she's really, if you'd have asked me like 5 years ago what actors I would like to work with, Kate would have always been the first, like, Kate Blanchett, she's amazing. So it really was a pinch me moment and amazing and just a great lesson.
It's a great movie as well because, you know, there are, a couple actors, obviously, who I've been huge fans of for a long time. And then the rest of you who I was less familiar with, like, are all just so great as well. So I highly recommend that. So excited for Industry coming back. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your wedding again. Marisa Bella, everybody, the 4th season of Industry premieres this Sunday at 9 on HBO with new episodes. The following week, we will be right back.